Hello, Senator Chris Murphy. There were retired police chiefs from Wethersfield involved with John DeMorrow and a Joe DeMorrow. I never saw Joe DeMorrow at my campuses. They tried to make quick fake exceptions two times. One time, like all of a sudden, him and Larry Martin were walking out of the class. They made fake exception, of knowing me at the same time. In other words, I never saw Larry Martin around school. I know his name repeated because these are people that, in other words, are connected to intelligence families that used to be associated with my area and with state roles with it. But these are also people with a whole bunch of different countries and the interbranch forging and switching names and consciously recorded themselves pretending other, but lying about why they think we're bringing up their names to themselves and with delusions and with the news. WFSB, Connecticut's Channel 3 News, attached me to fake conversations with them as their collusions with and about the World Trade Center attack. And they lied about various natures of legal cases. And like with people associated with the NLRB case, like with the name Dominic Lapriato, John LeConche, and Thaddeus Grabowski. They're involved with predicate acts with people and foreign and domestic with a whole bunch of people at the spots at next to Fox Connecticut News. And the difference of that was is used. And at and next to Connecticut's Channel 3 News, WFSB. And I believe it's Channel 8 News, WTNH. And next to them is the FBI. And the difference of that, the FBI has wire crime acts and methods, roles in digital crimes with whiting forensics through time, with a whole bunch of people tied to it, and as a Joshua Julian. I didn't tell him. Other people recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed he's involved with predicate acts on my street and predicate acts methods with other people that use that for pretending illusions with app roles and predicate acts at the campuses I went. And a Joe DeMorrow went, a Joe DeMorrow and a John DeMorrow. Now there's a Paul DeMorrow involved too. In other words, over the phone, the only time I ever had a conversation with him. In other words, they're involved with overt criminal enterprises, police forms, foreign and domestic, a whole bunch of different countries. And I never had a class with Joe DeMorrow. In fifth grade, I don't even think he was in my class. It was one day, Mr. Pruzzi told me to do a maze that he had. And I was only polite to my other classroom mates. I didn't have a problem with my other classmates. I didn't even have communications with them. They're putting things, they're building on them like each year. Like there are people that spied on me. I only liked my teachers and everything. There are people from off campuses who are spying on people, roles. And they're looking for truths to use as lies and to screen things and fake motivation. And they're making things up into databases as roles, not just with predicate acts recorded, but whole predicate acts with facts methods. Now, part of the way I discovered this is because I was trying to have forgiveness for people without having forgiveness, but for what's going on, like tell on that. Like, in other words, when we're little kids, nature shows us it shows us the questions and answers, like what slavery was about. And we know that it was about that breaching method that came from, it was against the Europeans. It made them come on the Native Americans like that and sustain that until everyone was on this. And there are proofs that had been sustained on them, the Europeans, by the same ones. That wasn't them, but had to complete everything it does through others anyway. And it wasn't just Europeans, it was African. This is still manifest where they leave out the roles of, for example, black, white, and exceptions together with those internationally monitored conversations that had crazy slavery laws against everyone, sickly distinctly, northern colonies and southern colonies, more than 13, entrenched before America's founders were even born. It employed where and how. They have the campuses A through C through Z sickly, distinctly, criminally foreign influence, tactically delusions wrought, uses of our founders' words, leaving out what they declassified about that, and sensing for the breaching method. If anyone uses short words regarding not just that, because most people don't even know it, but regarding nature, what nature itself shows us, black pupils. We have black pupils, whites have eyes, same color eyes at the same time, while the other species bodies have eyes distinct, but non-distinct and simultaneous, but also further hyper-simultaneously, neither them nor us. But anyway, as it's as one identity of a volume that is inseparable from all others, even anything made up. This is really what art is, to appreciate any science, because science is sharing identity. Boxing, martial arts, and wrestling are grouped by the part of the sciences of the human species body, of individual bodies, but it does not work with abridgments. Like, for example, with a short to say, proper with the convictions, let alone convictions with blame. Forgiveness is for when with that blame and where guilt is needed to be assigned. It is, if the breaching method is not also simultaneously discerned, those assignments are wrong and have been. And the difference of that is used too. When did the people speaking about crime stop having collusions with all kinds of predicate acts with fax methods, tortures, abridgments of the Constitution and pretending others simultaneously? In other words, there's a whole bunch of people at Hartford Hospital with a whole bunch of different countries, with doctors and their patients at the mental health care side who've been forging names of other doctors and put whole fake transcripts. A Leahy family put whole fake transcripts with me. They have the family members and intimate ties of Hartford courts, New Britain Superior Court, and Connecticut District Court involved with attaching me with identity theft, fraud, slander, all kinds of predicate acts at Quinnipiac University roles with former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, and a whole bunch of different countries and natures of federal criminals with kids, foreign and domestic medical families like a Leahy family that faked conversations with me through the mail. I can't get one person to respond for me in writing. In other words, they already painted themselves in corners before the World Trade Center attack. Former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, his co-defendants, and their lawyer, and their roles with their deposition with a court too. And most time when the courts are involved with the civil pro se, RICO case, Racketeering Influence Organization Act, it's from inside a prison. But this is a labor one with former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, and his co-defendants, also involved with other natures of organized crime with unions. It says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnection. End session.